In restaurant talk, back of the house is the kitchen area where the chefs use their skills and talents to bring their creations to the waiting diners. Each week, we visit a restaurant and go to the back of the house to meet some of the talented people that are a part of our Lake County community. Our host is Valerie Hart, who for 35 years has been a food writer, restaurant critic, culinary teacher, and cookbook author. Let's join her now as we enter the wonderful world of creativity in the kitchens of Lake County to explore the back of the house.
Valerie, welcome to my home.
Well, this is amazing. This was Melon Blossom Cafe.
Yes, Teresa ran it. She's a great woman.
And I loved her and still do.
Yes.
But you have turned this into a sophisticated, it's like being in the south of France or in Italy, and with the new deck and new equipment and very sophisticated tablecloths. We'll go in later. I'm thrilled to be here.
Well, I'm thrilled to have you. It's so exciting, and we're just having a wonderful time doing everything we're doing here.
I can see that. You're the newest kid on the block, and let's go on inside and see what we're about.
Well, please come into my home.
Cindy, this kitchen is amazing. You must have a fortune worth of equipment in here. Tell me. I mean, I've never seen a change in anything like this. Did you buy all this equipment? Is it used?
It's all new.
New?
Yes, ma'am.
What? And your stove is a Vulcan?
Yes.
My goodness sakes. Well, Matt will show us all of the equipment as you're cooking, but it's gorgeous.
Thank you. My brother is an executive chef, and he came in and gave me his opinion on which pieces I really needed to get to make it work just right.
Well, it works just right, and you know how to work it, and let's go. Let's see, you've got a big show for us to do a lot of stuff. What are you going to do first?
We're going to do some chorizo sliders.
Chorizo?
Yes.
Sausage sliders?
Yes, ma'am.
How fun.
And they have a phenomenal cheese, like we talked about, the Manchego cheese.
Oh, you're using the Manchego, the Spanish dry cheese.
Yes, ma'am.
People with high cholesterol can eat that. It's like Parmesan.
And then we dice up some dill pickles.
Delicious.
Caramelized onions.
Oop.
A chipotle mayo that we make. It's like a party in your mouth when you take a bite into it.
I'm drooling. Let's go.
Okay, I'm just going to go in here and get the sliders out.
Everything moves, everything is exactly the way it should be. Fabulous stainless steel, everything.
Okay. All right. We have everything portioned out. It's a 6-ounce portion of the chorizo that we do. So we pre-make the little meatballs here. And then we just patty them out.
Oh, how cute.
My thing is consistency, and if you can go somewhere and you know you're going to get the same thing every time, Valerie,
that's exactly right.
It's so important.
That was the secret of Neiman Marcus's Zodiac restaurants, the luncheon restaurants.
Okay.
You knew you were going to get that same chicken salad in 1990 that you got in 1980, and you went for it. And that's really one of the most important aspects of a good restaurant is the consistency.
Yes.
Yes.
We've all taken pictures of our plates, so if something happens and I'm not able to get over there, Debbie and Allison and Kelly, they all know exactly how that plate needs to look to go out.
That's professional.
If I know I'm going to get the same thing every time, I'm going to go back.
In this marvelous house with your homeschooling your children upstairs at the same time?
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. Now,
so
while they're cooking,
I'm going to go ahead and get the plate, and I'll get the hamburger out, and we'll get that going too, because our hamburger is a huge gourmet burger. It takes about 15 to 18 minutes to cook, so we can let that cook while we're doing some other stuff.
Okay.
Put the chorizo back. It's so important to keep your product cold. And again, we have this is pure Angus beef.
How many ounces is that?
It's just about 7 ounces. And it's a nice burger. And we use a chef line croissant that is round. We found round croissants just for our burgers.
Oh.
It's wonderful. Let me just wash my hands real quick here from the chorizo. Sorry. I wash my hands probably 1,000 times a day.
Well, and as I've said before on the show, there are two different schools of thought. One is to wear gloves, and then the other is to continually wash. And truly, the bacteria situation for people who continually wash is diminished better than the one who wears gloves and forgets to change them in between.
I tried to wear the gloves back here, but when I was melting the glove on my hand,
Yes.
now when I prep or do the food that's already ready to eat,
Yes.
we will wear a glove.
Yes.
Okay. Now this is a house seasoning. It's actually called Chubby Hubby. My brother makes it,
Aw.
and someday I'm going to get it labeled for him and on the shelves in the
What's in
stores.
Chubby Hubby?
He won't tell me.
Really?
He says
Your
to me-
brother, the chef,
Yes.
makes it.
He makes it. It's called Chubby Hubby.
Executive Chubby Hubby.
Yeah, there you go. So someday when I have some spare time, I'd love to be able to package this for him and say happy birthday.
That's cute.
The nice thing about the chorizo sliders, they do not take a long time to cook. And then when they're going, we partially cook caramelized onions because the caramelized onions do take a long time.
And how do you do a caramelized onion?
I'm not a chef, so I don't even know if I'm using the
You
right
are a
term.
chef.
But I pre-cook the onion with a little Chubby Hubby and olive oil.
Uh-huh. And you just sort of let them...
I let them cook down.
Okay, but on a low fire so they're kind of wilting down?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And then when they turn nice and golden brown, they're ready to go. But they take a while, so I have them pre-done. And this is our cheese, Miss Valerie. This cheese.
It's my favorite cheese, you know.
It's beautiful cheese.
It's my favorite for hors d'oeuvre, for anything. Grab it
and
out
a lot
of
of
the
people
fridge.
don't know what it is, so I'm like, well, let us
Well,
give you a sample.
most restaurants don't use it because, frankly, it's very expensive.
Oh, at Sam's they sell it. It's $18 a pound.
Gosh.
And
Well,
it's already in party trays. I
all
don't
right.
buy it from Sam's.
It's the same price as the Parmesan Reggiano
Exactly.
from Italy.
But
yes.
if you want the best flavor, you have to get the best product.
That's it. If I want my burger rare, may I have it rare?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I don't mean walking, but good red inside.
A little black and blue?
I think you better turn the fan on now
Okay.
before we burn down your place.
I was a
I had
cheerleader
them
for a
turn it
long
off.
time, and I'm from New York. I can talk loud.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Little Chubby Hubby.
Oh, let me smell that.
Here. Let's do
Let
one
me
better.
try to dissect it. Okay.
You'll be able to figure it out.
Pepper. Celery. I don't see. Has to be garlic in here, but I don't
Oh,
smell
yeah.
it.
I'm Italian. You gotta have some garlic.
Okay.
I'm half Italian and half German.
Oh my. That is nice.
Kosher salt's a big thing.
There you go. Until Julia Child, no one had ever heard of kosher salt except the Jewish people,
Right.
who koshered their meats with kosher salt to take the impurities out of it.
Exactly. Well, I do a class. I volunteer at Community United Methodist Church. Every Wednesday after school, I teach a cooking class to children.
Oh.
And one of my helpers, Miss Becky, one day we were like, hello, Julia! Hello, Julia! And we were just having a blast going back and forth with the children. My mom and I went shopping to get different plates. We didn't want just regular plates. And we got rectangle plates for our sliders and our lavash and our three-way.
But I like the siding on it.
Thank you.
Frankly, I buy my plates that don't look like that, but they're similar at Walmart.
Yeah, well,
But these are better.
these came from either Pier 1 or old-time pottery.
Okay.
Just fun we had. And then that's our slider plate. Our sliders and our gourmet burgers come with a side. During the cooler months, we make a fabulous baked bean. And in the summer, I've decided to use fresh local fruits.
Oh.
We also are a supporter of 4-H. We get a lot of our eggs and stuff from 4-H.
It smells wonderful in here.
I keep my, if you're wondering why I have these, I use
No,
the
that's
blue ones
very
on shrimp.
clever. Okay.
This way I know.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of people that have different allergies, so if I mess up and don't wash it just perfectly, I know we're
Yeah.
okay.
Or get busy and forget where you are.
Right.
That's what I do.
Sorry for reaching over here.
Why don't I hold this
We
for
are
you?
in very confined space here.
Here, let me hold this for you. It's the least I can do.
Now we've been open just about a month, and every day is a fun day. The kids come in the morning with me. They throw the ice in the soda machine. They roll silverware. They're learning wonderful things.
Well, do you live upstairs?
No, ma'am. We live
No.
in Fruitland Park.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought you lived upstairs because you homeschool them upstairs.
Yep. We're in the process of, there's 5 rooms. So one is going to be a language room, a math room, a science room, and a history room. And then, of course, there's snack room.
I would think so.
These are dill pickles.
Would you adopt me?
Sure. When I was younger, my parents owned a deli on Long Island by the train station. And I have such fond memories of going there and helping in the morning and just working.
What
And
kind of a deli was it?
it was a German deli. It was called Otto's Deli.
Okay, no Italian influence?
Oh, we had lots of Italians in there.
Okay.
My dad is pure German, but you would think he's more Italian than anybody.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to put our chorizo sliders on here.
So you and your brother grew up in the food business.
Oh, yes. Yes. And then, I'm sorry, I need one more thing
That
out here.
is so appealing.
Now, this is a chipotle mayo that we make. Chipotle peppers, and we use Hellman's mayonnaise. I know in the South they say Duke's, but I'm from New York. So, and that is our chipotle mayo. And here, Valerie, we have our chorizo sliders.
I love it. It's the best looking slider I've ever seen.
Okay, we have an aged white cheddar on our burger. And we put 2 slices of applewood smoked bacon. The aged white cheddar and the bacon, and then the whipped avocado. It's just wonderful.
Wait, you're putting whipped avocado on?
Oh. Yes, we put a whipped avocado
Oh.
on top. When the avocados are good, we use a fresh sliced avocado, but right now we've been having an issue with that they're too brown, they're too hard, and if it's not good, I'm not serving it.
Okay. So when you do you
lettuce
like the
and
Florida avocado or the Hass avocado?
I like the Hass avocados.
Yeah, okay.
What we use are our gourmet burger buns, and it's the round croissant, and I think Debbie's getting me one right now. So we're going to take this burger, we're going to put it off to the side. And as soon as our smoke is gone, we're going to turn this hood off. Thank you, Debbie. This burger, to me, bun is beautiful. Look, it looks like the top of a cupcake.
Yes, it does.
Again, it's another little party, and we just put the burger on here, and then we use our square white plate. And do you like lettuce, tomato, and onion?
I like everything.
And then we put ketchup, mustard, mayo, and we ask our guests because, again, I'm always trying to help people and feed the homeless, and I don't want to waste food. If I'm going to waste it, I want to waste it and be able to give it to them instead of throwing it in the garbage after people.
My mother used to say, I'd rather throw it in me than throw it out.
Right. So our customers are asked, would you like lettuce, tomato, onion?
Sure.
Instead of putting it on every plate and then finding out we have to throw it away.
That's right. All right, so we'll wait for this now. And then you're going to do...
We're going to do some shrimp and grits.
That's what I want to see.
And we use an olive oil for our shrimp and grits
Uh-huh.
and a white wine.
And you do have a wine license now in beer.
Yes.
That's very nice.
It's exciting.
Because this whole European atmosphere of your restaurant, I can sit down and relax
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, well, and some people don't know, but we serve a Moscato, which is like, I explain it to them, it's Asti Spumante meets white wine. It's a little,
Sure.
you can see us in the afternoon. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
And our gourmet burger with our whipped avocado.
Another picture.
Oh, we don't let our plates go out with fingerprints.
Oh, of course not.
Now for our shrimp and grits, we use sweet peppers. And you can just smell them. They're wonderful.
They are.
And we have the green, sometimes we get the green, but for the most part we've been using the red, orange, and yellow. And I just love, and I'll sit here and I will pick to make sure that you get the colors on that plate because it's important.
Well,
we use a sweet Vidalia onion.
Oh, nice. Well, it's true. You first taste with your nose, and then with, or actually with your eyes,
everything.
and then with your nose, and then with your mouth. Yes.
It could be a cardboard hamburger, but if
Yes.
it looks beautiful,
I'll eat it.
You're going to try it. Then you might not want it again. A little chubby hubby. Now, I do not eat grits, I have to confess.
I love grits.
But my dear friend Debbie over there, we were in a restaurant when we were homeschooling, and she ordered shrimp and grits. I'm like, seriously, shrimp and grits? Now hers were different. There was shrimp on a shish kebab, and so we put our like little flair to it, and we serve it over the grits. But we add cream and white cheddar to our grits. So I have to say, I actually like the grits.
Well, you see, the two of us are from the north, and until I came down south, I'd never thought of tasting grits. Last time when I went back up north to my hometown, I went out for breakfast, and I said, where are the grits?
Right?
And they said, excuse me?
My daughter loves grits. Now I'm going to use my blue one because we're going to be cooking shrimp. She loves grits, but not me. And I have to say that I learned from a friend of mine, her name is Jackie Perry. She said, Cindy, I'm going to give you a little advice on your grits. Make them with half and half and water, not just water.
Yes.
So that's our little secret ingredient.
The creamy grits.
Now our shrimp, or a black tiger shrimp, we do not get the tail on them because if you're eating a fork and knife dish, I don't want to sit there and put my fingers in it. And we marinate the shrimp in garlic and wine.
Ooh.
And the serving is 6 nice sized shrimp.
Smell that garlic.
And the nice thing about these shrimp, Debbie learned, is when you're cooking, they turn pink.
Yes.
She's like, how come the shrimp are a different color? And I'm like, well, it's one way to almost know they're done. Thank you. We definitely want to keep it refrigerated. Now Stokes, right here in town, is where we're going to be getting all of our fish from. They came in yesterday, and they're reopening Stokes Fish Market over here.
Really?
Well, they're the new owners, and we're going to be
When are they opening?
They said within the next week they'll be ready to start taking orders.
That's very exciting.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
I'm so excited because it's very important to support local business.
Yes, and of course Bubba's is right down the street
Yep.
here for his crabs.
Yep.
His blue crabs.
Well, we got some of those blue crabs for Father's Day. We did a shrimp boil, crab boil
Oh.
for Father's Day. We do it every year. It was wonderful. Now, just before the shrimp are almost done, we're going to put some baby spinach in and then wilt it. You have to be generous on your spinach here because it cooks down.
Mm-hmm.
You fill that whole pan up, and before you know it, it's gone. Well, that's almost done. The last thing we're going to cook back here, we marinate chicken breast in our house dressing, which is a balsamic vinaigrette. So anybody that has a gluten allergy, Valerie, they can have our marinated chicken over salad. It's an organic spring mix we use. They can also have our shrimp and grits, which is an organic, a gluten-free dish.
It's amazing how many people are suddenly gluten intolerant. They probably always were, but now they're diagnosing it. And
Correct.
so people who used to feel ill realize that they should not have gluten.
Well,
Interesting.
I went to a nutrition class for homeschool, and we learned that the different preservatives and things that they're adding to the food now. Over in Europe, this is amazing. It blows my mind. For major food companies to put their food product on the shelf, they did a study with 1,800 people. They told them if they wanted to do this, they had to put a label on the food that said, caution, will cause ADD.
I believe
They
it.
induced it in people.
Oh my.
My son does not
goodness.
have anything with dye. He can't eat anything with food dye.
Yeah.
It sets him off the charts.
Amazing.
So I'm just going to reach over here behind you. We'll trade spaces.
And that's
We're gonna
probably
get some
why
grits.
when our son was 6 years old and we took him to Italy
Yeah,
for the
hold
first
it.
time, he was very ill with asthma. We were in Italy 48 hours, the asthma disappeared. There
Yep.
weren't any additives in the food. There was,
It's amazing.
yeah.
So now our grits already have the white cheddar in them.
Oh.
And we just keep them warm in here, and then through the day we add a little bit more cream to them to get them a little creamier again. Now we are having a bridal expo on Sunday here. I had a bridal representative, Janice Barnham, contact me, and she said, I think your restaurant would be ideal for small weddings. I'm like, really?
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're going to do an expo here, and any bride that comes on Sunday will be able to book their wedding at a reduced price.
I think that's wonderful. And you're also now going to be having dinners prefix on every third Friday?
Third Friday.
Okay.
My husband's a firefighter, so every third Friday I know he's home. So it'll be a forced date night for us. And then also in July, this is really exciting, we're going to have our very first dinner with a sitter. You bring your children, they'll have one dining room, and my children will serve your children. And then the adults get to have a nice peaceful dinner in the other dining room.
You're wonderful. Now wait, this is the chicken.
This is our marinated
Okay,
chicken.
and you're going to put the
And the shrimp is
over
ready to
here.
go.
I don't want anybody to get confused about what's going on what
Now
plate.
our shrimp, I like to put the shrimp on so I can make sure I counted them correctly.
Anyone ever tell you you're also a food stylist?
Oh, well, again, if it looks pretty, it's got one, positive going for it.
Well, to see that coming out in front of you in the dining room is really a treat.
This is a chili oil,
Okay?
and we just kind of decorate it.
That's spicy.
Yep, a little hint.
Fun.
And then on top, a little bit of our applewood smoked bacon. And here you have our shrimp and grits from a Yankee.
Oh. And for vegetarians, they don't have to have the
Yes.
bacon.
Yep. Now exactly. And yesterday, the gluten-free lady that was here
Yes.
was also a non-meat eater,
Okay.
but she ate fish, so we made it without the
Yes.
bacon. We will
Beautiful.
customize it.
Just
We can do it.
beautiful.
Now, Valerie, if you'll hand me that plate right there with a salad on it, yes, ma'am. Here we have. This is our marinated chicken breast salad, and this is organic spring mix of salad, and we put a little bit of romaine and some carrots in it. Walnuts, nice beautiful walnuts and cranberries. And then we top it with the marinated chicken and feta cheese. And the chicken goes on the salad warm. And I have to say this is probably one of our top sellers.
I want to tell you, anyone who sees this show today is going to be breaking down your doors.
Well,
Yes.
don't all come at the same time.
Oh.
I'm not equipped to that many people at one
I
time.
think you can handle it.
And then here's our feta cheese.
Oh,
And then we just put the feta cheese right on top. Thank you, Debbie. And this is a dressing that we make, and it's a balsamic vinegar, olive oil. We put a little citrus, feta cheese, and some fun stuff. And that is a beautiful salad.
That is a beautiful salad. I really can't keep up with you. Come on, we're going to run out of time before we do everything. Now, what do we...
Well, I'm also
next step.
cooking now. I've got to get my chili going. We have a 7-bean chili, and I know the camera can't see this, but in this pot, and this pot is courtesy of my brother, I have to show you this pot. That's our
Oh,
beans,
my.
tomatoes, onions,
Oh,
all kinds of other special stuff that we put in our chili.
oh yes.
And of course our pure Angus beef goes in there. And then we have a couple other special ingredients that we put in.
How many will that serve when you're finished?
I don't know, maybe about 20 or 30, maybe more.
I think.
We give a huge bowl. It's over 8 ounces
I
of chili.
think. All right, while that's going to be cooking,
Yes, ma'am.
will you show us your signature salad?
Yes,
Because it
we have
really
the-
is.
Okay, Valerie.
Now, what do we have in this salad?
This is our apple pecan chicken salad.
Yeah.
And we use a gala apple that we dice up. And we also use pecans that we chop up. Our chicken we saute with a little chubby hubby and the Hellman's mayonnaise. And when it's done, it's phenomenal. We take this and serve it on the breads or on a mixed green with tuna and egg, and that's our three-way.
All right, if Debbie will mix that all up,
That's
then
my helper.
May we bring the rest of the food on out to show it and to taste it?
That would be wonderful. Debbie,
Yes.
right here. Just keep mixing it, add the rest of the apples, and you'll be good to go.
Hi, Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie.
Linen napkins.
Yes, it's a different touch, and
This is so elegant. It's just, as I say, it's like being in Europe and in a marvelous house in Italy or the south of France. I am going to taste the slider, all right?
Okay.
We started here with the slider, and then the next thing that you did was your hamburger
the gourmet burger,
on
yep.
this incredible,
bun.
I can't even
bun
call
is not
it
even
a
a
bun.
It's a croissant.
A croissant, and then your wonderful shrimp and grits, and then of course the salad on the organic greens, which
Yes,
is
ma'am.
wonderful. And we'll talk about that dessert if we have time. I do want to taste the slider. To me, this is very unusual and very different.
Oh,
All right.
enjoy.
No, first we'll taste this because I want to taste your sauce. May I?
Sure,
Oh,
please.
lovely.
Somebody's got to eat it all.
Well, the children are coming down.
Yes.
Okay. Whoop. With my manchego cheese. This very clever idea.
It's just a great combination when you put the cheese and the dill and the onions all together. Is it good?
Let's wrap up.
Okay. Well,
Thank you for everything.
well, thanks for coming.
This
This was
has been a
enjoyable.
whirlwind experience.
Well,
Lots of luck.
thank you very much.
1 month open?
Yes, ma'am, and I hope to make it another 11 because the house turns 100 years old next year.
Is it an historic preservation?
It is on the historic site for City of Leesburg.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Lots of luck to you. And where are the children?
Let me go get them. for you.
Okay. All right. Now we have family and our lovely babysitter. Samantha,
Chandler.
Jonathan.
And Jonathan.
And which ones are yours?
Chandler and Samantha are my children, and Jonathan is Debbie's son, and they all are schooled upstairs.
It's wonderful. Nice to meet you all.
Okay. You guys have a lot of food you have to eat.